Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
Hello world, I'm Josh Howe, and this is the Lock Gnome Daily Report, or TLDR for short. Your daily dose of geek news, gadget views, and answers that you can use.
Like an answer to the question, did Chris download and install the new Windows 8.1 preview? And the answer? Yes, he did! And, as you can see, I put it on my Lenovo Yoga 11S, and it's running seamlessly. Like, I'm not seeing why this is a preview edition, other than knowing that Microsoft is likely to fix some bugs, maybe even add documentation. There's a new help and tips section. They even say, hey, it's coming soon in the final version of Windows 8.1, as I try to close the window using one. Hang on just a second. Would I say that Windows 8.1 preview is ready for production machines? That would be a PC that you relied on for day-to-day tasks. I don't know if I would go that far yet. There are likely still a few bugs in the machine, not just the physical piece of hardware. I'm talking about, the actual operating system, Windows 8.1. It's a revision, and they've made quite a few tweaks. For example, now I can swipe down to get a list of all my apps right there on the start screen, or I can swipe back. When I pop over to the desktop, I can pop back to the start screen simply by pressing the Windows button. It's back! And there it is in the lower left-hand corner of the screen, not doing much other than allowing you to get back to the start screen. Also new in the Navigation Properties tab, the ability to jump directly into the desktop on a reboot. You can also show the apps view automatically when you go to Start, as well as being able to show your desktop background on Start. There's so much more that Microsoft's added to Windows 8.1, but will it be enough to get people to upgrade? Well, I think you would be happy to upgrade from Windows 8 to Windows 8.1, but I'm talking about the people who have not yet upgraded to Windows 8 in general. Well, they've offered enough tweaks. I just don't know if enough people care. They've also added a few more options in the PC settings panel, which would be like the control panel, not being the control panel anymore, even though the control panel, yes, still exists in Windows 8.1. And I'll go back to my chief complaint with Windows 8 in general, 8X, that would be any version of the Windows 8 schemata. It's still a bifurcated UX, and that gets frustrating at times. So try it on a knockaround machine, or even load it into a virtual machine. One of the reasons I'm glad that Parallels exists. I think the last time I did a video with the Lenovo Yoga 11S was when I was first showing it in this channel. Live, kind of. Was that one live? I can't remember. I can also now toggle a larger and smaller size for the tiles on the start screen, which is very convenient. Another rather interesting and likely very useful addition or tweak to Windows 8.1 is search. You can now easily search everywhere, just through settings, files, web images, or web videos. So everywhere. Let's see here. I'm going to search for LOCKERGNOME. Enter. Results for Locker Gnome. Web pages that I could load. Apps that I could download. It's all mixed in the same screen. And yes, it's powered by Bing! And look at that, one of the most common search terms happens to be Locker Gnome Surface Pro. Sorry, I'm not using the Surface Pro right now. I'm using the Lenovo Yoga 11S. Not that there's anything wrong with the Surface Pro at all. It's just that I thought, why not put it on this? You may also note that if you install Windows 8.1 on a machine, you may not be able to upgrade or update it after the beta preview is over, which means you better expect to wipe that sucker. I don't have a problem with that. I have to wipe all the time. A few other default apps Microsoft has seen fit to include in Windows 8.1 include alarms. Do I want to use this app as my primary alarm? Sure, why not? Oh, look at that. 7:15 a.m. That's a little too early for me. There's also a timer in the app and a stopwatch. What more might you want in an alarms app? They've also bundled a calculator, finally. Oh yeah, it's a calculator. Oh, and I can switch to scientific or converter mode. What else is new? A food and drink app? Okay, worth a shot. Look at that. You could browse recipes, add a recipe, get a shopping list, or see today's meal plan. That's convenient. And it looks like we've also got a new health and fitness app. Very nice. Diet tracker, nutrition and calories, exercise tracker. Oh yeah, I would use that. Well, here's the thing. Even if you're not going to use that app, I think it was well worth putting in. We also have a new sound recorder, which really isn't new. I mean, it's new for Windows 8, but what do I want to do? Oh yes, I want it to use my microphone. Otherwise, what good would a sound recorder be? I still remember the sound recorder from Windows 3.1. Another new icon? Reading list. Share an article from another app. Okay, so if I wanted to save something to read later, this is where I would get the things that I wanted to read later. And what about scan? To get started, connect a scanner. Oh, duh. I think with the addition of food and drink and the health and fitness apps, Microsoft is positioning Windows 8, or Windows 8.1 to be specific, as a lifestyle choice, which is the right way to go because technology isn't so much a destination as it is an enabler. I know there are a few geeks out there who appreciate me talking about tech when I do talk about tech. It's just that 99% of the galaxy doesn't really care to talk about tech. They just want to know what it is and what it does. And so to be able to explain that out of the box you'd be able to track your diet or your meals, well, that's a bonus for consumers. And to tell you the truth, I'm kind of surprised that Apple didn't do that. In fact, if you've done any research, you'd know that Apple's already filed a patent for a health app. That's not just a flippant statement. It really happened. Go ahead, look. So congratulations, Microsoft. Windows 8.1 seems to be better than Windows 8. I can't really get beyond the whole UX bifurcation issue. Still, for what it is, Windows 8.1 is better than Windows 8. The bigger problem I think Microsoft faces is pricing schemata in the industry. Do people really want to pay PC prices anymore? I asked that question already knowing the answer, no. Otherwise, why wouldn't these things be flying off the shelves by now? It's all a matter of cost. Microsoft has to get the cost of PCs down. Of course, they don't control everything, but they control a fair amount. I think it's about time Microsoft revisit its whole licensing plan. Or, face the consequences and watch PC sales slip yet another quarter. And by quarter, I don't mean 25 cents. I mean an actual quarter in time. There are 4 quarters in the year. Because believe me, I'm sure Microsoft would be happy to slip only a quarter. But it's not just Microsoft. It's Microsoft and the entire PC ecosystem. People just aren't buying PCs anymore. I'm not trying to be mean about it. I'm just looking at the data. That's stats, man. And I know you can say that stats could be made up, but even I see that when I'm out in public. I don't see a lot of new Windows 8-driven PCs out there. Most happen to be tablets or smartphones. And while I'm holding up the Samsung Galaxy S4, did you know you can now buy a Samsung Galaxy S4 in Google Play with AOSP? That would be Android, pure Android, no TouchWiz experience, and now I'm kind of disappointed because I want to try a different ROM on my Samsung Galaxy S4, and now I got to figure out how to do it. I'm disappointed because I haven't done it yet. I know I could likely put CM on it, but I was really gunning for AOSP. AOSP is geek speak for Android Open Source Project. That's basically the foundation of Android, a pure Android experience. Like one of my favorite Android devices to date, the Nexus 4. You know how many of these things I've sold because you took my recommendations? Very few people have been disappointed when they've taken my recommendations, even for a Nexus 4. It's pure Android and very buttery. If you're looking for a good Android app to install, you can install Locker Gnome. It's free, and I just updated yesterday's poll. Let's see here. What is the best cloud storage out there? You have a choice. Dropbox, Google Drive, Box.net, or SkyDrive. I also added other, but I'm going to go with Dropbox for now. Submit my response. Let's see what everybody else in the community said to this point. Oh, 47% of you said Google Drive. Well, obviously you weren't one of them. I wonder what question we could ask in a poll tomorrow. How about when Windows 8.1 is released, will you get it? To participate, you just got to download the free Locker Gnome app available for both iOS and Android. Let me kindly remind you that the Locker Gnome Daily Report is brought to you by GoToMeeting with HD Faces. You can escape the office this summer and stay connected to your team. Use GoToMeeting by Citrix, the powerfully simple way to meet online. Share the same screen to collaborate in real time. Turn on your webcam to see each other in HD video. Launch or join a meeting using your computer, smartphone, or tablet. I use GoToMeeting all the time, especially when I'm on the road. I just pop open the app and meet. It's really simple. I don't need to think about it. I just meet from anywhere. You can try GoToMeeting free for 30 days. Head over to GoToMeeting.com, click the Try It Free button, and use the promo code Pirillo. I'm getting tons of compliments on my Marty McFly hat, and I'm very happy to show you this, a sneak peek of the Lego Cuso Back to the Future set with Doc and Marty McFly minifigs. And don't sit there and tell me you've never seen Back to the Future. When this thing hits 88 likes, we're gonna see some serious Alright, imagine this. You're sitting there wanting to manage your PC, maybe upgrade a few components, but you're not exactly sure where to start. What if you had a complimentary guide, one that was cost-free? There you go, the PC maintenance guide from us to you. The guide covers 3 major categories. 1, upgrading your system. 2, tuning up and speeding up your PC. And 3, possibly most important, emergency troubleshooting. You never know when you're going to need it, so get it now. And never let it be said that I never shared anything interesting or useful to you, because I probably overshare. Like letting you know about Naughty Dog's The Last of Us. So many people enjoyed it. And if you're someone who enjoys story as much as you do gameplay itself, well, The Last of Us may be the first thing on your list. I don't know. I'm still holding out for a Grim Fandango 2. Y'all remember a few weeks back when I showed you these Lazerwood keys for Apple wireless keyboards or even your MacBook? I've now scored you a 22% discount on your own set. Just trust me, you want to try them, and you might as well get them on a discount. Learn more at deals.lockernome.com, and while you're there, go ahead and scroll down to the bottom of the page and sign up for the newsletter. Come on, you know you want to see more of me, don't you? And I don't mean more of me like this. While I was looking at the site just now, I saw we've posted our Summer Creative Design Bundle. Oh, a 94% discount on that sucker? Hey, if you ever needed assets for anything that you were creating, online or offline, you might as well save money now. Get it before you need it. Xbox One's Kinect now ready for $399 Windows Developer pre-order. Would y'all use a Kinect on your PC, or are you holding out for a Leap Motion? Oh, I'm sorry, I was trying to do the gesture to make you like and share this video. And that's the gesture to make you comment. I'm not exactly sure what that gesture is. Microsoft says that a Metro-style office not due until 2014. So let me get this straight. You haven't updated your software to be optimized for your latest OS. Our question of the day is brought to you by Audible, and if you head over to go.tagjag.com/audible, you can get a 30-day free trial and a free audiobook download, unless you're the type of person who still likes reading books. You might as well just listen to them. Why not? In fact, today I'm happy to report that one of you made the recommendation for this, The War of the Worlds, Unabridged Edition. Now, I know you may have already seen the movie, which is really nothing more than a remake of the book. And instead of reading the book, you can listen to the book. It's a classic, and it's available right now in Audible. At this point, I'm kind of getting addicted to listening to audiobooks thanks to Audible. In fact, I'm looking for more recommendations. So if you've ever read or listened to an interesting book that's available on Audible, as an audiobook, of course, let me know. What do I need to be listening to next? I put the link to the special offer in this video's description, but again, it's go.tagjag/audible. Yay, literacy! That animated GIF's going to be all over Tumblr tomorrow. This question was asked by Juan Castim135 on lockernome.net. What new features would you like iOS 7 to have? As I mentioned the other day, I have iOS 7 Beta 2 running legally on my iPad, and I'm not really at liberty to discuss too many details because now that I've downloaded it, I agreed to an NDA, and I don't want to violate the terms with Apple. So I can tell you this. I hope that Apple continues to polish iOS 7, but the feature I want most really isn't a feature, it's polish. In my experience, despite it being a beta, and I understand it's a beta, you gotta keep everything contained into what it is. I mean, complaining about this iOS 7 at any level is just kind of pointless because it's still in flux. And that's my concern, is that so much of it's still in flux that I worry about having a product that functions similarly to how iOS 7 is functioning now. And I'm not talking about bugs. It just seems that the new ethos that Apple is pushing down the pike seems a bit sloppy. Even for a beta, I would have expected a lot more than this. It just seems rushed, like it's not going to be finished in time. And that has me, as an iOS user, kind of worried. Mind you, there's a huge caveat with that. Again, it's only for developers at this point. The beta's not in public. I'm still worried. I wasn't expecting more. I was just expecting more polish, even in an early beta. But then again, it is radically new and different. I just don't know if it's going to be substantially better. And I'm not talking about random quirks. That's going to happen in a beta. I'm just talking about the overall feel, the ethos. I mean, I've already had issues with the icons, and Apple's come out and said that they're not necessarily finished with the icons. It's not the icons that are bothering me at this point. It's the whole experience. Yes, it pains me to tell you that Apple may be going down the wrong path with iOS 7 experience. And that pains me only because I use iOS so prolifically. It integrates so well with my entire life, on the desktop, mobile, wherever. It had worked at some point, and now I wonder if change for the sake of change was done at the right time. Many people argued that iOS needed a visual refresh. I wouldn't necessarily disagree, but in terms of how everything's kind of coming together, I am concerned that everything's not going to come together in the time that it's going to take to ship the product to users. And again, I must remind you and me that it's really only for developers right now. I've got my fingers crossed that they will continue to spit and polish. And right now, it needs a lot of polish. To be a decent experience, you need a good spit to polish ratio. I could go for a good sausage right now, but then I'd have to decide. Italian sausage, Polish sausage, breakfast sausage. Too many sausages to eat. And now that I've made myself hungry, let me go ahead and leave you to your own devices. Thanks again for remembering to like and share everything we're doing for you with everybody else. As I said, we have plans to do a live TLDR every Friday, so long as we keep our likes above the 1,000 mark. And you guys have been doing really good on that part. You know, playing your part as a part of this community. A great part. You're a good person. You are, I hope. We'll see you later.